Hello and welcome to episode 514 of Contending at the Water Cooler. I'm your host, Clarence Moy, and I am joined by a bevy of other contending team members. So, team members, let's go around the cooler and tell the listeners who you are and where they can find you on the internet. Ben, let's start with you.
Hi, I'm Ben Morris, and basically you can just find me at the Contending.
Shalal?
Hi, my name is Jalal, and you can find me on the streets of Los Angeles.
True story. Joey?
Hi, I'm Joey Moser. You can find me under the bridges of Columbus. Trying to think of other places.
Megan, where can we find you?
You can find me on the bridges of Madison County with Clint Eastwood and Meryl Streep's Italian accent.
Do you have your hand on the door of the truck waiting to decide if you want to leave?
I've never seen that whole thing, but now it makes me want
really?
to. No, I know.
The ending is pretty good. I love the ending.
It's like, I do need to watch that. My dad talks about that movie a lot. Just not like a dad movie to talk about, but he really loves Meryl.
He was in it for the bridges.
Yeah. He
Bill McLaughlin.
Came for the bridges, stayed for the romance.
Stayed for Madison County.
What a tangent. I celebrate your tangent.
Thank you.
All right. And again, I'm Clarence Moy, and you can find me not being stalked this week. So
whoa.
There we go.
Wait.
Dun, dun, dun.
Jojo Siwa?
Jesus Christ.
I'm glad somebody knows what I'm talking about.
Hey guys, she's straight now. All right.
Yeah,
Not from Mickey Rourke.
No. All right. So in case you haven't in case you didn't know, the 77th annual Primetime Emmy nominations were announced today, and we are gathering here at the water cooler to break them down, to talk about our reactions, surprises, all of the above, and maybe take a look at kind of who we think are frontrunners based on the holistic numbers of nominations. And then, of course, we'll wrap with the flash forward to the media we're most anticipating in the upcoming week. All right. You guys ready to break this down?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So Severance Season 2 led all nominees with 27 nominations, which was followed by The Penguin with 24. And then in third, we had a tie between The White Lotus and The Studio with 23 each. The White Lotus tying last year's nomination haul, and The Studio tying the most ever nominations in a single season for a comedy, which was with The Bear's second season. So there's a couple of things here to talk about in terms of how the Television Academy embraced a lot of newness and a lot of new shows, and then very pointedly turned their back on at least 3 titles that have been Emmy contenders in the past. But let's start with kind of going around the cooler here and listing kind of what your biggest surprise was of these nominations. There were some surprises. There were scenarios where we predicted some things and we thought it could go this way or that way, and we were 50-50, and sometimes it went on the other side of the 50-50. But what do you think your biggest surprises were? Jalal, let's start with you.
Yeah. I think for the most part, we kind of, in our predictions across the site, had a good idea what was going to happen. To me, there weren't a lot of surprises from show to show. But I think the biggest positive surprise for me was that they made room for Jeff Hiller and supporting actor in a comedy for Somebody Somewhere, as well as, oh my gosh, Joey, Megan, correct me, is it writing or directing that I got?
Writing.
I got writing. So that was a huge surprise for me that I loved, and don't care about anything else this year. And the other surprise for me was that last week, Clarence gave me a lot of shit on the podcast, as we all remember, for predicting Nona's. And I see that Nona's was predicted. So
What?
I accept your apology, Clarence.
I'm very
Well,
sorry,
wait.
Shalal. I should never doubt you.
I want to jump in too because I've been saying for months that Uzo Aduba, do not underestimate Uzo Aduba.
Yeah,
And
no,
then
absolutely.
she gets in.
I took her out at the last minute. You know how mad I am at myself?
Well, I think we all took her out, but I kept saying, like, she's somebody who's such a force within this community. And, you know, she manages to get in, like, for a lot of things. So I was really excited about that and really surprised, excited, but also been like, I told you so.
Yeah.
And just a positive win for a show that was overall dismissed.
Yes.
She's got 4 nominations, so.
Yeah.
Did that production design get nominated?
Yes.
Oh, thank God. I mean, they spent so much money on that show. If they didn't get that nomination, that would have been a crime.
Yeah, it got, I think, editing, actress. No, it got main title, actress, production design, and I think editing.
We'll save that main title conversation for another day. Ben, what were some of your surprises here?
It's a small one, but the big thing that jumped out at me was Paul W. Downs not getting in. Just because, I mean, even though he didn't have as much to do, I just assumed with Hacks where it was that he would get in. I don't know if it means anything in the long term one way or another, but that was something of note. And the fact that my guess that Presumed Innocence was going to get in for limited series seems to have been really freaking close with all the acting nominations it ended up getting. So, and then of course, I think the other big surprise, I think, was that Paradise did as well as it did. And that I probably was swearing at the screen when I saw that happening, but that was just my own thing. But yeah, those were kind of the biggest ones for me. I think the only one that actually really matters in terms of figuring out wins is if that one Hacks being removed really moves forward the studio more so, especially with all its nominations as well.
Yeah, that's a good question. What was your second one? Because I wanted to follow up on that point because you brought up a good point.
Presumed Innocence.
Presumed Innocent, yeah.
Seems to have been really close to getting in.
Yeah, I did see something online today that was, I won't say annoying because it doesn't really matter that much in the long run, but there were some people who were complaining that Presumed Innocent was nominated in the limited series races when it's currently filming or about to film its second season. It's an anthology series. They are not carrying over any characters from this first season. This is a completely different set of events and will not feature any of the characters from the first season. So it is an anthology. It doesn't carry over Jennifer Coolidge, and so therefore it shifts over to drama series. No, it's a true limited series or anthology series. That's why they tack on the anthology piece in the title of all of these categories. Anyway, sorry, I just wanted to reiterate that because I did see that pop up a couple of times, and Jalal, you and I were talking just via text that it just seems like this year more than ever before, people online just really don't understand the way the Emmys operate. And it's so frustrating seeing some of these tweets. So.
I saw one tweet where someone was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe the Gilded Age didn't get anything." And I was like, I'm gonna break something in half.
Well, Deadline. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good day for that. Deadline ran its traditional article yesterday where it's like, where are my favorite shows? Like Squid Game Season 3 and The Gilded Age. And, well, those aren't in contention because they didn't air it. Anyway, actually, that's a great question. Where is Squid Game? Because I'm stunned that it did not get that production design nomination for that carousel sequence alone. So...
Well, when they're done with something, they're done with something.
Yeah. I was just going to say no Poker Face, no Yellow Jackets.
Poker Face got 2 nominations.
Oh, what? I got Cynthia Erivo, but I meant okay. Well,
you mean like above the line?
Hold on. My hat fell off.
Your Emmy hat?
It's a tinfoil hat?
No, my hat fell off, and I had my headphones on with it. So Cynthia Erivo. Okay, did somebody else get in for
stunt coordination for comedy?
Stunt coordination. Yeah. Okay, but no, Natasha Leon, which I thought was crazy. Yellow Jackets got completely like shut out, right? Like nothing.
Yeah, got nothing.
Yeah.
Which I think is kind of wild. But yeah, upsetting.
It doesn't surprise me Natasha Leone doesn't get in when she's running around the internet capping for AI.
Yeah, I mean, but like, how many other people are? I don't know. I feel like that's something petty that people. I think people do like her though. I don't
But
know.
the season itself wasn't really in the zeitgeist in any real way. I'm not too surprised she didn't get in. I don't think it's just her AI thing. So
I think it came too late a little bit because it just had its finale like this past week, and I think that you're right. It wasn't in the zeitgeist. There was also a big gap in between. Yeah, you're kind of right. But it's a great season though. But I do think that it's unfortunate. I thought maybe people would just name check her because they love her.
Yeah.
Maybe if there was more category or more slots.
Yeah, I think that didn't help it either.
Yeah.
You know, if we're talking about these omissions of previous contenders,
Pulling out our trading cards.
yeah. Yes. You want to explain that inside joke?
Yeah, that's just me being shady to Variety because they've been tweeting little trading cards all day of people who were snubbed with little graphics. So
I didn't see that.
I didn't see that.
Clarence and I have been trading back and forth. I'm getting ready to find my Hillary Swank card as we speak.
No, there's a Hillary Swank card.
Probably.
Jalal shared with me the Catherine Hahn Agatha All Along trading card. But talking about omissions, I want to go back to the kind of the first big Emmy podcast that we did this year with Drama Series, where we were confident with 7 nominations and we were tossing around what that 8th might be. And I think we mostly all went with The Handmaid's Tale. And Paradise, we mentioned Paradise was like 9 or 10. Paradise obviously rose. Handmaid's Tale last season, which was well received, I think. 1 nomination from perennial Cherry Jones. And
Wow.
Paradise got 4 surprising nominations. Most surprising, I'm not surprised with Julianne Nicholson because, you know, she's been in the conversation for Hacks, and, you know, she's certainly a name that they would check on the ballot. And Sterling K. Brown, a lot of people predicted him to be nominated. I was really surprised at James Marsden. That actually meant that they kind of maybe watched the show, or they're just, because I don't think he's that. I mean, he's a name, but he's not an Emmy favorite name, because I don't think he ever got nominated for Dead to Me.
he got in for jury duty.
Yeah,
Jury duty, that's
jury
right.
duty,
Oh, yeah. So he's riding the jury duty wave.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's right. Thank you, Ben. I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what other show kind of had a comeback that I was surprised about was Black Mirror, which I did discuss before, that I thought Rashida Jones was a contender a while ago, and she got in the limited series category. And Black Mirror showed up a few places, which I thought was interesting. Because we were kind of like wondering if people had forgotten about that show.
Definitely not.
It got 1, 2, 3, 4.
It got 10 nominations.
7, 8. Yeah, 10.
That's wild.
It's nuts.
Joey, what were some of your surprises?
One of my favorites was in guest actress. I'm blanking on her last name. Robbie Hoffman for Hacks. I think she is just clearly somebody that people, because she was in this, she was in Dying for Sex in a small part. I don't know. I think she's like a perfect example of a scene stealer. That was really exciting to me. I echo everything that Jalal said about Somebody Somewhere. That's probably my favorite. My favorite thing of all day. But I was also really, really happy to see Sharon Horgan came back, sneaked into lead actress in a drama series. I had talked to the director, one of the directors of that season, and it's a season that I can see why some people would not understand why they did a second season of Bad Sisters, but Sharon Horgan's really great on it, and I'm really happy that she got in, but I'm also really happy that Her and Rob Delaney both got in, and they were both on Catastrophe together. So they're both not. They maybe can have like a little Catastrophe reunion. That would make me very, very happy.
That's so cute.
There's a lot of really fun stuff like that was expected that I'm really glad, was really solid. Like, Julianne Nicholson in Guest. That's like the epitome of a great like guest arc on a season. But yeah, I'm really bummed about Only Murders in the Building. No writing or directing. No guest performer. I think this is no Steve Martin. I mean, Steve Martin has missed before, but I think Martin Short has been the lone, like, above the line acting nominee before. Because I know Selena Gomez only got in last year when all three of them got in. But I'm really bummed that, like, it missed on, like, contemporary costumes. It dropped really drastically from 21 to 7. And I'm really bummed about that because I love that show so much.
Going back to one of your favorite nominations, the Robbie Hoffman nomination for Hacks, Ben, I might say that is, I see your lack of Paul W. Downs, but I raise you with that Robbie Hoffman nomination because that's something that people actually sought out and voted for.
No, I was thinking about that, and I echo Joey. That was a great surprise. I smiled when I saw that.
Yeah,
I'm not. It's just that he's gotten in before,
right?
And it was just something of note, and the fact that
this is his best season.
And Hacks has it's kept its momentum. It's easily could win again, but there's some people, me included, who weren't as big a fan of this season. And it's just something of note is kind of where I was just placing it.
No, totally understood. And, in that category, guest actress in a comedy series, it's important to note this is the first time since 2008, I think I saw, that Saturday Night Live did not have a host nominated in its 50th season.
Wow.
Since I was in high school.
Yeah.
I think it's funny that the special got more than the season.
Yeah. Well, speaking of SNL stats, I noticed this as I was making my predictions on Gold Derby. What's his face for the first time in however many years did not get a directing nomination for SNL?
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. God, what's his name? I know who you're talking about. It's just completely blanking on it.
Like icon of the directors community.
Yeah.
Don King? No.
John Roy King?
Is that it?
I think so.
No, I'm looking it up.
I don't know.
Come on, go faster.
Liz Patrick didn't get nominated too, and she.
Yeah, it is Don Roy King. No, but Don Roy King stopped directing.
Yeah.
In 2021.
Wait,
yeah.
Oh.
Liz Patrick is the current director.
Yeah.
Yeah. Megan's right.
She's been nominated a couple times. I interviewed her before too. She's really cool.
I have to say, going along with guest in a comedy, like the Dave Chappelle name checking curse is broken.
Yeah.
Yep.
But then is Maya Rudolph too then?
Yeah, Maya Rudolph didn't get in either.
There's no room for name checking when you're just going to name check the studio. So
yeah. I mean, 5 out of 6 guest actor in a comedy is fucking insane.
Which could give that award to a very dramatic performance from the Bear.
I know.
Right.
That's Desperate Housewives at the Golden Globe supporting syndrome. That's what I call it.
But, I don't know where I'm going to ultimately end with my prediction for that category, but I'm still thinking Bryan Cranston probably wins because...
Oh, he's so funny.
I mean, I don't... yes, they got nominated, but I don't think any of those other nominees are serious contenders.
He's the only one not playing himself.
Right.
I think...
Go ahead.
Oh, I think the Scorsese and Howard and Cranston were probably a lot more talked about. I think the Dave Franco and Anthony Mackie ones are really out of nowhere.
Anthony Mackie for sure. Dave Franco had that broad arc because if you're watching those last 2 episodes, he's all over, and Zoe Kravitz got nominated too. So that kind of they had some scenes together. So That one I can understand. I didn't predict it. He wasn't even really on my radar. But Anthony Mackie, he just kind of walked onto the scene for a little bit.
Yeah.
It's also odd because like they like the studio enough to nominate them in 5 of the 6 guest actor slots, but they don't do the same thing in guest actress. Like it's just Zoe Kravitz. There's like they didn't make room for Sarah Polley or Greta Lee or everyone's favorite actress Olivia Wilde.
Oh, you're right.
Yep.
So it's interesting how these things play out.
And Olivia Wilde probably, the performance that she gave was, as over the top and wild as some of the other ones like Dave Franco. So it's just.
I thought hers was better than Dave Franco's. His just got kind of annoying after a while, in my opinion. But
well, I mean, she had a purpose in that episode.
Yes, that was kind of my thing.
What was Dave Franco doing? I can't remember.
He was on drugs.
Yeah, he was on drugs at a party. Yeah.
He just screamed. Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't think, maybe I didn't see that one yet.
It's the finale, so I don't think you got the finale.
Yeah, I didn't get to that yet.
Or it's the
one before the finale.
The one before the finale. Yeah, because
I consider that just one long episode, but yeah.
The old-fashioned drug buffet.
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
The Hollywood buffet, or whatever they call. I would say probably outside of my surprises, we'd already talked about Paradise. That James Marsden nomination. I understand it's a carryover from probably the jury or jury duty. I was stunned that Megan Faye got nominated for Sirens.
I actually really
I
love that.
was too.
I think it got a directing nomination too. Nicole Castle. I mean, she won an Emmy for Watchmen. So people obviously know who she is, but I love it that it got in. I think it got costumes, it got production design. I think that show is. I think the acting is really great in that show. So
if it had come out 3 months earlier, I think we'd be having a different conversation.
Yeah.
For the better, to clarify.
Yeah.
My beloved Say Nothing only got a couple nominations.
I got one.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, in writing, which is really sad. It makes me sad. But
I chalked that up, Megan, too. And I wondered this because I've been watching it the past 2 weeks. It did get a writing nomination and it seems to be very popular and people like it. But I wonder if this is an American Industry Award and it is a very heavy show deep into Irish politics. And I wonder if Americans are too stupid to understand the intricacies of Irish politics.
But they don't see like the how much it relates to other politics?
No, because they're idiots. Megan. These people are idiots.
I did wonder about that. Oh, it's too bad. It's one of the best shows. Oh, it's so good.
It is really good, and people should check it out.
Yeah.
I have a question, and I haven't had a chance to do. I've had a really busy day and haven't had a chance to do the research. But it looks like Joey, you and I talked about The White Lotus equaled the number of nominations that it got last year, but it didn't get as many supporting performance nominations as the other season did. I know it did get that one supporting nomination for Glenn.
Glenn.
The
guest nomination.
Guest drama.
Yeah, guest drama. Where did it overperform over season 2 to equal those nominations? Because it didn't get it's Scott Glenn. It didn't get as many supporting performance nominations as season 2 did.
I haven't completed I usually do a like an Excel spreadsheet of 1 year to the next year. I haven't finished it yet.
Okay.
But I mean, it feels like that show. I think that show got. Hold on, I'm pulling up on the Miami site. It's got sound, makeup, cinematography, 1, 2, supervision.
I think sound mixing is new. Let's see.
All the monkeys and the gunshots.
All the monkeys, right? I mean, it always gets production design, main title, theme music.
It got main title, design. Oh, I guess last year didn't get main title. No, it did. Did last year get main title theme? Probably not, because they carried it over from the first season. This is a new theme.
No, the theme is a new nom. Yeah.
A controversial new theme.
Yeah.
Because
main title was
Cristobal did not like it.
Yeah, I guess
we can say goodbye to him.
Yep.
He won't be doing the next one.
No, he will not.
Yeah, it got looks like it got I think there's probably just a fluctuation in that, because it got in the performances, because it got music supervision, it got production design. Actually, let me look at, hold on. I think that no, it got editing too. So I mean, I'll have to, maybe I'll just.
It's making it up with the Scott Glenn nomination and the main title theme and the sound, probably. Anyway,
probably, yeah.
I was glad to see that it stuck on. And we have a late joiner. David Phillips has joined us, thanks to time zones. And David, we're going around and talking about our biggest surprises of the day with the Emmy nominations. So we'll turn it over to you.
Yeah, it's sort of a weird, I guess, negative surprise, and it's in a lower category. In the category of music supervision, I don't really know that there's a show that gets talked about and for its needle drops more than The Bear. And yet, again, for a show that continually gets nominated in many, many categories, it's left out there. And that is really confusing for me. On a positive note, I would say that Brian Tyree Henry getting through on Dope Thief was really nice, simply because I think he's doing great work. He's been doing great work, and I know he's fashionable on some level to the Emmys, but the show only got the one nomination, and for him to score that was great.
I think it got two, didn't it? Never mind, not Dope Thief. Never mind, I'm looking at something else. Forgive me. I will say with The Bear, I was expecting it to do a lot worse with the way people reacted to season 3. And the fact that it's been so long since that season premiered and it didn't get a boost by season 4. The more surprising omission for The Bear for me was writing.
Yeah. What was its directing episode, Clarence? Which episode was that? Napkins?
David, do you remember this third season episode, Napkins?
The titles just sound like things that like around the room at a restaurant. I'm sure that's the point, but it's just like
that's the Liza. That's the Liza Colon Zayas focus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, Ayo Edebiri is the one who directed it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. She's the first woman to be acting and directing nominated in a single year after Lena Dunham.
Wow, that's great.
Everybody watched too much.
Will be interesting to see if that helps John Bernthal, because he is that's his major nomination, or major sequence within season 3 is that episode. Mm-hmm. It's strange. It's not strange. I mean, 2 comedies actually came in and got nominated, somebody somewhere, and The Rehearsal instead of The Bear. So
Napkins is the correct title for the direction episode. That is right. I think you and I talked about this a little bit, Clarence, but it'll be interesting to see how they submit The Bear for season 4, because it's hard to see how that can be considered a comedy under any circumstances.
It's absolutely not a comedy anymore. But any other surprises, David?
Nothing that really threw me off. I actually thought this year was pretty chalky for the most part. Even what you saw, in like the lower, like the non, headlining categories, it seemed like a few shows dominated the space. And that was a little bit disappointing to me, because I thought there were some places like Pachinko didn't get a single nomination. It didn't even get a nomination for its opening title sequence, which was the one Mercy nomination they got last time. Would
it have been eligible?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it brand new?
Okay. It was on I thought, because when I saw it on the ballot, I was just like, how was that eligible? But it was. I was surprised.
Yeah, I saw an article today that said Apple has a masterpiece on its hand, but it doesn't seem to know it. So I guess I think that's the if there's any future to this show, I think that's what its future in history is going to look like.
Can I want to jump in on that? Or sorry, do you have something to say about Pachinko, Joey?
Yeah, it got 2, but I can't remember what it got.
Cinematography and production design.
And that makes sense, but only if it were killing more people, I think, would it be more effectively nominated.
Well, they just said no to the Asian community this year. No Squid Game, no Pachinko.
But to be fair, I was actually surprised by the Squid Game not getting pretty much shut out.
Totally shut out.
But it's also terrible. I mean, it's
it's horrendous. You're correct, yeah.
And season 3 is worse. So.
Yep.
Guys, you're making me want to watch this. Come on.
Wait, does Megan know how it ends yet? Does that really make her want to watch it?
The baby?
Is it about the cameo?
The baby, not the cameo. The baby.
She knows about the cameo. We talked about the cameo.
I know about the cameo. I know about the baby.
It was the baby.
You know what? You know what though? It would have been awesome if they had like an actual baby, like a toddler in it, and it kicks ass and kills everybody.
I need that. I need that baby to be nominated for a guest performance next year.
I think it should be.
Put it on the bear. Or the studio.
It's the sad little baby from Squid Game that gets dropped off at the bear. And they raise it in the kitchen.
Ratatouille.
That would be a comedy.
I would love that.
But David mentioned Apple. And there was another surprise I was thinking of. Apple had such a huge year. You can't call it a breakout year, but it's definitely their best broad year they've ever had in terms of the shows and overperforming. But it is interesting what they couldn't achieve. And like a show like Pachinko, which has its fans and followers, people really rally behind it. And unfortunately, it kind of got lost in the shuffle again. Then the other one is, if we go all the way back to last fall and the precursors and the way people talked about the Emmys, it seemed like Disclaimer was undeniable. And it looks like it only got in Cate Blanchett, which is because after people watched it, it wasn't that good. But no other acting nominations, not even a directing name check for Alfonso Cuarón, right?
Right. No, it only got cinematography with Emmanuel Lubezki.
But it's interesting that
and Bruno Domino, sorry.
He couldn't get a name check for direction, but Leslie got a name check for Zero Day. So
yes.
Why? Yeah, that's pretty rough. I think Disclaimer, had it not fallen apart during the twist, because I don't think a lot of people bought that. I know I didn't.
I didn't.
I love the show up until then. But
me too.
I couldn't.
Oh, so that's why people turned on it. Okay, I never watched it, so I was curious. Okay.
It's just you can't trust. It has like a narrator, an unreliable narrator. I don't know. You just can't trust it. I don't believe the twist.
And I'm not against that idea, but they didn't seed it very well. And you didn't have like a moment. You had like a
Yeah.
I'm doing sound effects now, by the way. But yeah, I mean
that was Tim Allen.
Were you nominated in sound?
No.
You should. I'm going to campaign.
I didn't mind the twist per se, but I just didn't find the journey all that interesting in the end. And so, I mean, I was okay with what we got, so to speak. Like, okay, this person had no information, was just full of hate, yada, yada. But I'm like, and in the end, we got what out of all this? That was kind of my thing. And yeah, so I just don't think it was very good. Twist,
what we got
good or not.
What we got then is apples on nipple, or nipples on apple. Excuse me, nipples on
what?
What? Apple never shows breasts, and that was the show that actually broke the trend.
Oh my god! I thought you were talking about like literal apples, and I was like, "Is this the peach thing?"
Me too. I kind of screwed up my joke, but it was nipples on apple, not apples on. Anyway, I tried.
Oh my god! They should put that on the campaign, guys. We got tits.
Nipples on apple.
Nipples on apple.
Can I ask a surprise question?
Yes, please.
Because my favorite thing that I don't have any knowledge of in terms of these categories that I love to hear Megan talk about is a quick rundown of the docs.
Oh yeah.
I was really disappointed. Chimp Crazy did not get in.
Oh, that's shocking.
What? Like, hold on, let me pull that up because I was just like, a 100-foot wave got in, which is kind of like that is what typically gets in. Even though I don't remember it being like, I feel like probably just. I mean, it's a great show, but it's the footage itself is pretty amazing. Hold on, let me pull up nonfiction series. Chef's Table, which I think people thought that would get. I think that came in late too. Social Studies, which is something that I think.
Oh yeah.
Simone Biles Rising, and then SNL 50 Beyond Saturday Night was the other one.
It seemed like, Megan, correct me if I'm wrong, was it very like opposite of the Oscars, like name driven this year?
Yeah, it was kind of, because usually they don't like. Well, usually they pick at least one HBO, which I've got the 100-foot wave. I think Chef's Table has been in the past. I think I just because I was looking back at my predictions and I was off, but like I think that kind of came in maybe last second. Social Studies was one that was kind of like percolating. Simone Biles Rising, though, I feel like is one that's, but I guess they do typically go for like at least. I mean, I think it was what was the one Beckham won like last year. So they do tend to like those ones. The SNL 50 Beyond Saturday Night, I guess I get confused whenever like if that's a special or a series. I guess that was a series. And then documentary special, like Martha, Pee Wee as himself, Sly Lives. Those are all like ones that I would think would get in. Will and Harper got in.
They need to clean that up. It got so many nominations.
Yeah.
And like, I don't understand. I thought they were trying to fix the rules on.
I did too. I was going to mention that. I thought if you were contending for Oscars, you couldn't contend for Emmys and vice versa.
Yeah.
But Martha and Will and Harper were Oscar contenders.
That happened with, I'm sorry, Megan, that happened with Moon Age Daydream, the David Bowie documentary a few years ago. It was shortlisted for Oscars, but then ended up winning an Emmy, I believe.
And then they also like slot some of them in, like when they don't get any nominations, they have the exceptional merit in documentary filmmaking. And so I Am Celine Dion's in there. Patrice, the movie, which I heard is fantastic. And The Remarkable Life of Ibelin is in there too.
I really want to see that one.
Which was also an Oscar contender.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, oh, well, we can't put you here, but we'll put you here. I don't know. It's weird. It was a weird year this year because actually like looking at what like Variety was saying and the Hollywood Reporter was saying, like, I know they were saying that like NBC's The Americas was going to be the top contender. And I just never thought that was going to be any, and that didn't get in. But yeah, I was just surprised that Chimp Crazy, but at least Chimp Crazy got in for writing and picture editing. So I'm very happy about that, especially since I got to talk to one of the editors last year, and that show was so good. So I'm just very sad that it didn't get in for the main one, but it got in for some other ones.
They really kind of shafted all the shows that were part of the zeitgeist and made documentary filmmaking, television, part of the main conversation.
Even Sly Lives, I was surprised that Questlove didn't get a nomination for direction there.
Which one did he direct this year?
Right.
Sly Lives.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that documentary is very good, but not as revelatory for a Sly Stone fan like I am. It might have been, but I still thought he'd have the cachet, especially after winning the Oscars a couple of years before.
Yeah, it's a weird year. I think at least.
So with the 15 minutes or so that we have left, let's go around and kind of say who we think is in the front runner position for the major races. Let's start with drama series. So we've got probably a three-way race between The Pit, Severance, and maybe White Lotus.
Yep.
I'm worried.
I would say White Lotus is in third, but yeah.
You're worried it's what, Clarence? Or Jalal?
I think it's over.
It's Severance.
I think it's
Severance. Yeah, I think the internet is dominating the narrative, unfortunately.
Yeah.
The winner of my heart is The Pit.
Yeah, that's the winner of my heart too.
Mm-hmm. And I think there is a narrative for The Pit because it's John Wells, it's Noah Wyle. They were they're such incredible forces within the entertainment community within Los Angeles, and they were on the forefront of the strikes, fighting for people. John Wells is honestly a hero. When it comes to the strikes, he made sure everyone who worked for him was paid throughout all of it. The way he designed The Pit and it's 24. It's structured like 24. And the reason you don't see a bunch of people in the guest categories and stuff is because you see people in the background all day long. So that means they're getting paid for every episode. And he's like really creating jobs at a time where it's really hard to work right now. And there could be a narrative where that pushes them forward. And it's just an achievement what they do on that show, I think, in today's television climate.
Joel, sorry, Megan, go ahead, please.
I was just going to say quickly, I could see the Pit being a like Hacks win against how Hacks beat the Bear. I could see the Pit, like the Severance cleaning up and then the Pit. Well, although I think Noah Wiley's going to win for the Pit, but go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say the thing that I love about the Pit, that if you take out the swear words, it's essentially an old school television show. And it works extremely.
And the nudity.
There's nudity? I forgot the nudity.
Who is nudity? Oh, the vagina.
Oh, that's right.
The titties, like everything.
Yeah.
Titties on Max.
In the classic sense, it was a TV drama, and it made me think of what the regular networks have missed, because you take out the swear, take out what nudity there was, which I can't remember for some reason. You would be able to place that show directly onto any of the big four networks and have an excellent show. And it reminds us that great writing doesn't need a lot of embellishment.
And in 2025, it's a lot more daring to make something like the Pit or take a chance on the Pit because no one else is.
It could have been very square. It could have been very square, but it wasn't.
I'm going to say that I'm going to predict the Pit is still going to hold, because I feel like, at least from the conversations that I have, while I know a lot of people really love Severance, I feel like the Pit has a broader appeal than Severance does. I don't know. I'm holding out hope because I think Severance is work.
Is work?
Is work. And I feel like it's just like a lot of, maybe I just talk to a lot of people in my like everyday, job and stuff where like I asked all of them if they watched Severance. They were like, no.
What's
granted, that's like 6 people, but who knows?
I wish I could, like, when I do, like, it is work, and I wish when I did watch it, I could sever myself from watching it, so I didn't know that I was watching it, but then I could retain that knowledge to know how to talk to people about it.
I actually kind of agree with Joey that I think the Pit is still going to win just because the discovery factor. This was a show that just kind of emerged and people jumped onto it. And as you said, it appeals to a lot more people, except for me, who considers it just a generic doctor show that we've seen a zillion times before and has done nothing really that new. But, I get to be the minority again on this podcast. But if anyone wants to be able to gloat over me, my choice, Andor, has no shot in hell. So there you go.
But it did well. Except for Diego Luna.
Yeah, it didn't really get the acting stuff. It got pretty much what it got before. It didn't really expand. I mean, the fact that it's, I don't know, it won't win. How about that?
It won't win, but first season only got 8 nominations, so it
did better, yeah.
Up to 14. But I would probably, it is between the Pit and Severance, and I caution people who immediately say it's Severance to remember that season 1 only won 2 Emmys. This could be an Ozark situation. I don't know.
Oh, interesting.
It feels like the last time they'll ever get to vote for Severance, knowing what happened last time. So,
yeah,
they know they get to vote for the Pit next year.
That's true.
I will say just that if anybody cares, I finally got to the White Lotus in terms of tally from season 2 to season 3. It dropped 1 supporting actor and actress. It did not. Season 2 had 2 editing nominations. This season only has 1. But this season picked up nominations for Scott Glenn, main title theme music, and cinematography. Season 2 was not nominated for cinematography.
Which is bizarre.
Yeah.
Comedy series. This one's between Hacks and the Studio.
Studio.
I think it's the Studio.
Yeah, I think so too.
I would say that if anything other than the Studio wins, I'll be happy. There's
I agree with you.
There's no show I hated more this year than The Studio. The lead actor cannot carry a show. I've liked him as a supporting actor and other things. The whole razzmatazz jazzy thing, it's all bullshit. I hated every second of it, to be pretty honest.
I've never agreed with you.
Was I not clear?
Yeah, no.
You have to learn to form an opinion there, David. God, so wishy-washy.
You were talking about the best comedy on television, right? The Studio. Just to be clear.
If it were, yeah.
I'd pay money to hear David rip apart that Golden Globe episode for 20 minutes.
Good. I still
Who knew straight men could be so catty?
I honestly watched every episode too, so I feel informed here. I suffered through every single second.
Hey, I've had to sit through 3 seasons of The Bear and part of 4. You can sit through 1 season of The Studio.
Yeah, you're drunk though, so it's okay.
Oh my God.
And I got to sit through The Pit. Now I'm going to sit through another season of The Pit. I mean, come on, we're talking different suffering.
No one's asking you to sit through it.
No, that's right.
I have to. It's part of my. I want to see all the nominees. It's an obsession.
My hatred is well informed. That's all I can say. So.
I want to see all the nominees, but I'm not watching Andor.
Oh, you're missing out on some of the best drama ever. Then it really got some of the best character moments. You do not need to know Star Wars to watch Andor. Trust me. So.
I mean, I know Star Wars, but I just don't.
You don't need to, though. That's the thing. Okay. It's just got some of the best character work, some of the most dramatic moments. I mean, it really talks about fascism in a way with subtlety that you would not expect from Star Wars, especially from Disney Star Wars.
You don't know Star Wars the way that David Cornsweet knows Star Wars.
Wait, David Cornsweet is on it?
You keep his beautiful name out of all of your mouths. He name drops Megan Hilty. Actually, he says Meg Hilty, so I assume they're friends. I will go to battle for that man.
I've told Jaleel that if I'm mixed on Superman, but I am embracing it because it brought me all of the videos of David Cornsweet going on a press tour, and that deserves Emmys and Oscars because today I watched his breakdown of the opening of Casino Royale. I think it was Casino Royale.
Why is he doing that?
I don't know, but it was fascinating. Anyway,
he's an odd duck.
He is an odd duck, but I think it's great. I think it's great. He's a nerd in a matinee idol's body. And I think it's a really interesting combination. I don't think he's a great actor, but he's fine. Limited or anthology series. This one is between, I would guess, Adolescence and The Penguin. And I think since Adolescence did better than Baby Reindeer last year in terms of total nominations, Adolescence probably has this one.
Yeah.
I
certainly hope so. Yeah.
All right. Megan, what happened to Renee Zellweger?
I don't know.
Megan Fahey, the new Renee Zellweger came in and took that nomination.
No. Well, they never really nominate the people from the TV movie in those categories anyway. So I don't think, I kind of felt weird putting her in there anyway, but it's a weird time.
In TV movie, sorry, go ahead.
I was just, sorry, another snub that, I mean, everyone had been predicting, and I actually am proud I took it out in my Gold Derby ones, but Allison Janney has finally not been nominated for an Emmy.
Wow.
I mean, I thought she was also going to get in for Palm Royale too last year, 2 years in a row with no Allison Janney.
I understand why, but
insert any gif from her in the Tanya Harding movie.
Yes. Too fuck yet.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking of, but
I went there. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. Very quickly, TV movie. Do we think they're just going to rubber stamp Mountainhead, or are they going to go with Bridget Jones because they're the rescue rangers of it all? Or Nonas. I mean, I'm not going to underestimate Nonas anymore.
I'm going to predict Nonas. I'm going to do it.
Yeah, I think I will too.
Can we do a podcast where we just talk about Nonas?
I have to see it for sure. Yeah.
I think all of us have to see it.
But of the
Yeah.
TV movies nominated, The Gorge is the only one with multiple nominations, and that is 2.
Which one is The Gorge? Because none of us predicted it, right?
The Anya
Uh,
Taylor.
I think I did.
I think I did.
Uh,
Oh, you guys all had it in? Okay.
I don't remember.
let's see.
I
It
can't
was.
Oh, we had lesbian
Frank
icon
did,
Sigourney
Ben
Weaver.
did, and David did.
Oh, I didn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought I did.
Oh, I thought I did too.
It's the one where if you change the music in the trailer, it turns into a 30 Rock movie.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Where they're like,
it's an Apple
where-
movie. That's why.
it's like it's a romantic comedy, but also an action movie with monsters. I haven't watched it, but maybe we should watch all these movies.
All right. Let's plow through the performances. Actress in a drama series. Is this Britt Lauer or is this Kathy Bates?
Kathy
Britt
Bates.
Lauer.
I think it's
Bates.
Britt Lauer.
I think it needs to be Kathy Bates, but I'm afraid
She's
it's going to
the
be Britt
oldest. She's the oldest actress
Well,
nominee in the category.
Britt Lauer is also playing like multiple roles. I feel
Yeah.
like.
Yeah. And she's doing it excellently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll raise a question that there's more to the entire internet because the entire internet is convinced it's Kathy Bates. The Kathy Bates is such an old school, choice that like I don't know if the new Academy would go for. Like when's the last time someone won for a show like this in a lead acting category for like
Probably-
a Matlock type show?
Patricia Arquette for Medium would be my first guess.
And that's
Yeah.
20
When they had
20
the
years
Viola
ago.
Davis.
The blue ribbon panels, yeah.
Viola Davis never won for.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
did.
she did.
She was the
Oh,
first
she
black
did?
woman to ever win, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, she was the last one, I think most people said, but yeah.
Okay.
But no, even that show was still the height of Shondaland.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It was part of the water cooler moment. Matlock is not part of the water cooler.
No.
No.
An older water cooler.
I mean, the people
CBS.
that go to
A water cooler where they need their fluids through AV. Yeah.
They bring their Metamucil to the water cooler.
Oh my god.
Wait, what did you say?
I just said, oh my god. I'm just like,
Not you. I meant I heard
what-
that. What did you say, Jalal?
Said a water cooler where they need to get their fluids through IV.
Oh no. Oh,
All right.
No.
Actor in a drama series. Noah Wiley. Anybody disagree?
No.
No.
Okay.
Bring on Nella.
No,
Actress-
Wiley.
Actress in a comedy series. Jean Smart. It has to be Jean Smart. And if it's
Yeah.
anybody
Yes.
but if it's Kristen Bell, I'm going to literally shoot myself in the.
I am very happy she got in though. Fine.
Do we think she cried this morning?
Yes.
I know,
Picture
I know
of her
someone
where
who,
she's
I know
recording a
someone who
podcast.
did cry.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yes, for
No, he
sure.
spontaneously ejaculated. What are you talking about?
Okay.
Zach Shepard.
No, not that.
No. Never mind. Continuing on. Okay. Jean Smart.
Okay.
Lead actor in a
Oof.
comedy series.
This one's kind of hard.
Seth
Yeah.
Rogen, I think.
Oh,
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, the only other person was Martin Short,
I'm
and
gonna
he
say Martin
really
Short.
didn't do as well. And Seth Rogen's in the front runner. He's in every episode. I mean, in most episodes, he is the main person we're
This
following.
is the problem.
It's his baby. What?
when
I
he
know.
is the lead of the episode
Yeah.
and it's primarily on him, it's the worst episode.
Yes. Because he is a reprehensible human being who is the most annoying
Well,
person.
everyone is. I mean, so.
Yeah, but I don't care that he's reprehensible. I care that he's not interesting. That's the
Oh,
problem.
I think he is interesting. I mean, I'm not going to
I
claim
would like
Seth
to-
Rogen has the
No,
greatest.
that's okay.
I would just say this. I mean, both Seth Rogen and Martin Short, I don't know if I think they have the greatest range as actors, but when they get across the emotion they want to do in their scenes, they do it exceptionally well. And
What's the emotion in the studio?
I would
His-
sure have to carve out Ben's.
I would say
put him
his
behind the
absolute
CI.
love of cinema, that comes through in several different scenes.
What a
Especially
strong-
at the end when he's getting people, I don't want to spoil it, but the way they end up on that scene together on the stage, I feel the passion that the show and him have for film. I'm not saying he is my personal choice, but I just think with the love the studio has and he being such a major part of it, I think he is going to win.
It's a shame because the better show that Apple has in this category is it has, fronts Jason Segel, who's doing much more interesting work to my mind than Seth Rogen is.
But it's also a dramedy.
That's true. Yeah. Well, it didn't hurt the bear.
No, and I
That's
think
true.
Jeremy Allen White.
Probably
should
just
receive
Jeremy
it.
Allen White. God,
I
fucking kill me.
have to run, but I wanted to plug very quickly the flash forward that I'm looking forward to this week. And I'm going to the Lycoming or the River Valley Film Festival in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. So I'm really excited. I'm on the jury there. So I just wanted to plug that, and stay tuned for coverage on my socials and everything. And yeah, thanks guys. I have to run.
Bye.
Thanks,
Have fun
Megan.
at the festival.
Bye.
Okay. Actress in a limited or anthology series.
This is an interesting one because we got a lot of responses online arguing with us.
Yes. Where we were on the podcast last week saying Michelle Williams was the de facto winner, and a lot of people said, nope, it Kristen Milioti.
And I hope they're right.
I think Kristen Milioti is a contender, but I do think that the sample on Twitter is a more Penguin-friendly sample, as opposed to like a more broad Academy Award nominee Michelle Williams voting body.
And
But either could win.
And Dying for Sex is probably not going to win. Probably not going to win anywhere else. And it did well. It got 9 nominations. So
It could win Jenny Slate, maybe.
Oh, I would love that. I want to see Jenny Slate holding trophies.
I do have to say, Christine Milioti, I think, had one of the best performances of the year. She's even doing more work than Colin Farrell is in The Penguin by the end. She goes through so many different traumas and where she really wants to be as a person in the show. I think if people have stuck with The Penguin, it's going to be hard to forget her performance. So,
yeah.
As someone who's always, I'm sorry, Clarence, go ahead.
No, please go ahead.
I was going to say, as someone who's always respected Michelle Williams, but never really gushed over her, I guess. I thought this was maybe the performance of her life. And, you know, if it was up to me, I'd pick over Milioti, but there's no shame in either one winning.
All right.
Okay.
Go ahead. All right.
I was thinking, did I kill the feed? No, go ahead.
No, you didn't. Lead actor in a limited or anthology series. This one is probably between Colin Farrell and Stephen Graham. Colin Farrell's been winning everywhere for The Penguin.
With the caveat that Stephen Graham wasn't a contender yet.
Correct.
Yeah.
I think it's Stephen Graham.
The auteurness of the Stephen Graham helps.
Yeah.
Him,
he got 3 nominations this morning. So,
well, if you think of Graham as somebody who's been really excellent for a long time and not been that well noticed, there might be some sentiment there. And I think I would choose it, even though I'm a huge Colin Farrell fan. I think, you know, the thing about Colin Farrell is people just don't believe that's Colin Farrell. I mean, I remember seeing when I saw the Batman, you know, I was sitting with a friend of mine. I nudged him. I said, "That's Colin Farrell inside of that suit." And it's not just the latex and everything. It's the voice. It's everything about it. He's not recognizable at all. It's like John Hurt and the Elephant Man almost in terms of transformation. Okay. But I think but if I'm just going, like, I've seen Colin Farrell do this now, and I think, you know, what Stephen Graham's doing there, you know, I hate to be like the guy who says a comic book thing can't be on the level of something that isn't comic book based, but I just such a zeitgeist behind adolescence, and I think it's very deserved. I would be fine with one winning, but I would favor Graham, and I hope sentiment plays into it a little bit if it gets him to win.
I'm leaning towards Graham too now, looking at it just because of how much adolescence is and how much it is his thing. But I really do think it should be Colin Farrell. The way he portrays the Penguin, and the way you can see how he's able to manipulate people, and the way he can play at people's weaknesses in a way that makes it seem like he really cares. And as the show unfolds and the level of his sociopathy, basically just cares about himself, his sociopathy, how it's unveiled and how Farrell brings it about, I really thought was really, really remarkable. And so, yeah, to be the person, going against the more auteurish show with adolescents, I think Farrell just had a lot more to do. And it's not the big emotional performance that Graham does, but what Farrell does do with that role, I think, was incredibly impressive.
If you were gauging it by degree of difficulty, I think Colin Farrell wins. I mean, that can't be easy to be that person under all that latex.
Mm-hmm.
I would actually even say that, I mean, Adolescence is only 4 episodes long, and every person, you could actually probably, they could have campaigned everyone in supporting, really. Like Ashley Walters is in supporting, he's in 2 episodes. Owen Cooper's really only in 2 episodes. Aaron Doherty's in 1. The mom is only in 2. Stephen Graham is in, I think, 2 and 1 scene.
I don't think Stephen Graham is in 2 or 3.
He's in 1, 4,
2.
and
I think
doesn't
he's
he
in
put the flowers at the end of 2?
Oh, for a split second. Yeah.
If we're going by guest Emmy rule, they're in the episode. Yeah. But I think him being the anchor at the beginning, at the end, pushes him and lead. Also, they probably want to be like, we need you and your son not to compete in the same category. So,
All right, let's go to the supporting races, and then we'll close out. Supporting actress in a drama series, probably my favorite category. Who's going to win here? It's tough.
It is tough.
Yeah.
I think I'm waffling between Wood and Kuhn. I think it's a White Lotus lady. Yes.
I think Lanasa has a chance to sleep this, but if I was picking from the White Lotus, I would say I'd go for Carrie Coon. I adore Parker Posey. I did not think this was her best work.
Thank you. I agree with you.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I feel like a case can be made for all White Lotus women. I also agree that Lanasa could, sneak in there. I know a lot of people love that character. So, I mean, I don't know. But
she is on the campaign trail next to Noah Wiley everywhere they go. So
that, I don't know if you guys saw that video of them congratulating her and him on set of season 2. That was great. I loved watching that. That made me so happy. But I don't know. I feel like Carrie Coon, she's on 2 shows right now on HBO. She's sort of one of the queens of HBO. So that's why I give her the edge.
Watch it be Patricia Arquette for Severance.
I'll fucking kill myself. I will kill myself.
The Hollywood Reporter reported today in one of its articles that she was one of its only 2 wins for season 1. And I was like, where's the comment section? Because you're wrong. And there's no comment section on any Hollywood Reporter story. So
did she lose to Kill Me?
She lost. I don't remember. Yeah, probably. That would have been around the Julius Stiles era.
What's so surprising is so many people thought she wasn't going to make it. And so many people thought maybe it was just a name check. And my whole thing, that episode, her single episode, I actually thought was the best episode of Severance. And I know so many people who don't like that episode, but I'm glad she got in, I have to say. So in terms of wins, I think I'm going with Carrie Coon as well. She seems to be the one that's got the momentum. I think if we're picking a White Lotus person, I'd personally give it to Amy Lou Wood because I think she had the most to do and the most complex role. But yeah, I kind of agree with you, Joey, with Gilded Age going on right now with her, and everyone just loves that big speech she did at the end. And she's one of those people everyone feels is going to win eventually. I think it's probably her.
Yeah, I don't think that Parker Posey is out because kind of like how Jennifer Coolidge was the memeable moment of both seasons. That is Parker Posey. I don't know. It depends on how they want to award a White Lotus lady. So I mean Carrie Coon, Queen of HBO, Parker Posey, fun, memeable, veteran, Amy Lee Wood. People love the character. So I don't know.
I'm probably going with Amy Lou Wood just because of the sympathies for her in that last episode, and she does die. Spoiler alert.
And to segue it into a different category, one of the front runners and supporting actors, Walton Goggins. So how do you vote for Walton Goggins and not Amy Lou Wood?
Again, I think they both
good
win.
Point.
Yeah. Although,
okay, you convinced me. I'm changing to Wood too.
supporting actor is a tough one too, because you've got 3 Severance actors, you've got 3 White Lotus actors, and then you've got James Marsden smack middle there in Paradise.
He's not winning.
I'm probably going to go with Walton Goggins.
Yeah, everyone's kind of agreed early on that he was the White Lotus person. Plus, I mean, Sam Rockwell, he's got the speech, but that's about it. And I know some people are divided on Jason Isaac, and I don't know if there's any Severance person that everyone agrees on. I think the closest.
I think everyone's piled behind Trammell.
Yes,
I think it's a very tight race between
I
Trammell
know some
and
people
Walton.
are still really big on John Turturro. I don't get it. Trammell Tillman, I think, definitely is the one that they should. So
John Turturro didn't win for season 1, so I don't think he would win here.
I don't think he'll win, but I just meant dividing the vote among the Severance people to help Goggins, so to speak.
I see. If I was going to vote for somebody for Severance, it would be Zach Cherry, the emotional center of that season. Like to me, sometimes it gets that show just becomes too twee for its own good almost, and there's no connection. I don't have any connection to the characters, but Zach Cherry, I did with his, because I think Merritt Weaver is probably going to win supporting guest actress in a drama series. But
I don't know about that.
Well,
I think that, people, I mean, I will say Jalal and Clarence are the only 2 people that predicted Zach Cherry. So good on you for that, guys. I haven't gotten into season 2 of Severance just because I'm a little bit allergic to it, but I really want to watch it. And the two conversations, or the 2 people that I hear people talk about that make me want to watch the season are Zach Cherry and
Merritt Weaver.
Trammell.
Oh, Trammell.
And Merritt Weaver, because I didn't even realize she was in it. So I mean, I'm still on a high of watching Merritt Weaver on last night's The Gilded Age. So I guess I'm gonna start watching Severance. So I don't know. I think Walton Goggins makes total sense. I think I'm predicting him now, but I feel like Trammell Tillman could probably overtake him, maybe.
Let me back up. Ben, guest actress in a drama series. Do you think Caitlin Deaver is winning for The Last of Us?
No, I think Catherine O'Hara might win for The Last of Us, actually.
Oh, okay. I would be all right with that.
Yeah.
The HBO will do a huge push for Caitlin Deaver, though, won't they? She's going to be headlining season 3.
They'll probably.
And they're probably going to cancel each other out, would be my guess. I don't know. I know we didn't talk about this, but The Last of Us lost a lot of nominations from season 1. I think it lost 8. It was down from 24 to 16. Yeah. Huge stumble.
I have had lots of conversations with people just in my personal life who love The Last of Us. And they were like, oh, it's been really fun. I don't know if I'll watch season 3. Which seems to be a common thing.
The guy that I think it's the guy that created a video game. He bowed out of season 3.
Yeah, that made me nervous.
Yeah.
Part of me wonders if that was like a HBO. This is just speculation. Don't look at this as this is what happened. But part of me wondered if that was HBO pushing them out so that they didn't have to stick to the rigidness of the show and take it in a different direction.
They
did change things already, especially with season 2, in ways that I think actually helped the show while he was still there. So I don't know, the big battle sequence at the town, that's not in the game, but it added a new element of things there. And I know they definitely changed up Ellie's role, which is one of the reasons it divided a lot of fans on the show. So
season 2 just isn't as good. I mean, I liked it. I enjoyed it, but it's just not as good. I think other than the Take On Me episode, There was no episode in this season that was on par with, something like what was it, the second or third episode that had
Gays.
yeah, exactly. Correct. Thank you. The gays. God, did I say that aloud as a straight man? I did.
What was it? Long something.
Yeah.
Hear that, Gallica? Straight man David is talking about the gays.
But I love that episode, so I can have
It's
that.
a good episode.
Yeah, exactly. But I think there was no episode that can match this season. So the closest was the Gummy episode.
That or the death episode as well. I shouldn't refer to it as the death, but there's a lot of standalone episodes from last season, like the brother, the hearing impaired brothers, the Storm Reed episode.
Yeah,
like multiple cinematic.
Didn't you think that the standalone episodes in season 1 kind of played better in the narrative flow than this year? Because I did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Supporting actress in a comedy series.
Oh boy.
I'm not predicting Hannah Einbinder ever again. Just because I've predicted her every year she's been nominated and every year she's lost.
I'm not predicting her either, but I'm predicting Catherine O'Hara. So I'm predicting she's going to get 2.
Yeah.
Here's the list. Hold on.
I can't see, as much as I love her character, I can't see Liza Colon-Zayas winning again.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Because I feel like she won. Sorry, George, just 1 second. I feel like she won her Emmy last year for the season 3 episode.
And does she have anything in season 4 that would help her?
No.
No, she's actually most of the supporting characters are a little reduced in season 4.
See, that's what I think helps Hannah Einbinder, is that there's not a clear alternative. And now it's to the point where she is a little overdue. Like, it's the kind of like, sometimes with the Emmys, we'll all think someone's going to win and they'll lose and then they'll do the makeup the next year.
Yeah.
And I wonder if that could happen here, because to me, the alternative in terms of content is Janelle James, who had a stellar season. But I don't know if in this year, if Abbott Elementary is going to win a major Emmy.
That bums me out.
I'm just also going with the Emmys can go, if they're going to go for the studio as much as I think they are. I think Catherine Hahn's a little too broad, but Catherine O'Hara, while she's not directly, but she's playing sort of a legend within the studio system and then out of it. And I just as a fan of the show, some of her moments are the ones that really stick to my head. And she just seems to be having a great moment, especially with the contrast of what she plays in The Last of Us. So that's going to be my Hail Mary.
It's just all so fucking broad in the studio. It's all the fucking time. Anyway, talk about.
No, she gives a very good performance, but my issue is that she is barely a supporting actress in this, because the entire narrative is obsessed and with the Seth Rogen performance. Like he created this entire show around himself. He's in every scene almost, and he doesn't. Like, I just feel like there needs to be more space and more definition and broader ensemble here. And I don't think she's used as well as she can be.
Oh, I wouldn't mind definitely seeing more of her. I'm just saying I can believe the Emmys to be lazy and continue.
Yeah, they could name
just
her,
go
I'm sure.
Yeah. And
sorry.
No, and I wouldn't mind her winning. So yeah.
My question with the studio is I do not think it works as a season-long thing. And I think part of the reason it did so at the Emmys is because I think voters watched individual episodes. And because on an individual basis, there are really strong things about it. And if you get screeners in front of them, that could really sway them. If they're going to watch an episode here or there, and if they see a show about the industry, even though I don't think it is very accurate to the industry. But I don't really know. It'll be interesting to see what episode do they send to everybody and put in front of them and have them watch before they vote, because that could really influence a category like this.
I think they're going to focus on the last 2 episodes. That arc plays like a film almost.
Yeah. Which is interesting because Catherine O'Hara has a lot to do there, but I think also it has some of Catherine Hahn's funniest moments.
I think they could do the one or two, the one that got up for directing, because that was one of their real big early ones that really got people.
Isn't that the one that we all, besides you, Ben's, unanimously agreed was terrible? Is that the Sarah Polley one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not awful. That was a great one.
Horrendous.
Yeah, I just want to say I didn't realize how much physical pain could be brought on by discussing the studio, but I'm feeling it now. I need to
I think this is never going to happen, but my personal vote would probably be
guys.
Jessica Williams for Shrinking. She's phenomenal in that show. But
does she have more to do this season than season 1, Clarence?
Yes. Yeah, she's almost a lead.
Yeah, she is.
Oh, okay. Can I point this out about Shrinking that I think is so funny? Sure. Last week when we were doing nomination predictions, I was like, I don't know what to think about the Shrinking. Will it do well? It seems like it might be falling. And then it overperforms in every category except for the one place I was predicting, which was Brett Goldstein, which seemed to be the one nomination it did not get. So that just made me laugh.
And that is supporting actor in a comedy series, which is the next one we're talking about.
That Joey actually very accurately predicted which supporting actors they would go towards.
I did too.
Oh, did you go for Yuri?
I went with Yuri. I don't know if I kept Ford. I think
according to what I have printed out in front of me, Clarence, you predicted that is guest in a comedy. You predicted Yang, Bacharach, Barinholtz, Yuri, Downs, and Williams.
Well, hold on. I changed them for the last.
Well, this is what I printed out.
No. Yeah, I did not predict Harrison Ford. I took him out.
I think I wanted to go back to supporting actress real quick. I think it's between Einbinder and James. I wanted to be James so badly. Her season is so rich with stuff. I'm really worried now with how Abbott Elementary underperformed. It's not going to happen. But I do kind of think if it's not,
did it underperform? Besides him,
I mean, maybe I would have to go and look. What maybe? I mean, you're probably right. No, I mean it got
writing again.
It got writing again. It got I think 6.
Yeah, I got 6 total nominations.
I think from 2 to 3 it dropped, and maybe I'm just being more idealistic, but that I'm so sad that he didn't get in. Because I think he's incredible.
For a network comedy, a broadcast network comedy like this, and it's 4th or 5th season, I am just grateful that it's still part of the conversation. So
yeah, me too.
I think it might have been their best season. Actually, it's the first time I haven't been annoyed by Ava. I loved her storyline this season.
Good. She's so much to do.
I loved her. Yeah.
Supporting actor in a comedy series. I think that this might be Ike Barinholtz.
I agree.
pains me, but yes.
No, he's my favorite part of the show.
I love his morning cocaine.
My favorite part of the show is when it ends. But
I'm not going to say much more than I'm a fan of the studio. I like the studio, but I understand why people don't like the studio. I'm not going to be one of those people who's like, you are wrong and blah blah blah. I completely get it. I like it a lot. I think it's fun. But he's also my favorite character on, and I'm predicting him because I love him on it. Yeah. And
one of the better episodes of the season is his episode, largely because with Chase Louis Wonders, largely because what's his face is not in it. Yes. But
the one with him and Chase.
Yeah, I would like to point out, speaking of that real quick, it is a shame that they nominated everyone in the studio, including all those undeserving guest actor performances, except for Chase Louis Wonders, who is a star and is going to be leading major films in Hollywood in a couple of years. And she is such a talent. And she is, that two-hander with her and Ike is very good acting, very funny and very nuanced, and opens the doors for how they could explore those characters.
If she survives the I Know What You Did Last Summer reboot. So who do we think? Is everybody on Barinholtz for supporting actor or Harrison Ford? Do you think he can pop in, win on his first Emmy nomination?
Can I say, as the old man in the group, Harrison Ford hasn't been this good since 1986 when he was in Working Girl. And I mean, he's been playing these stolid characters for years and years. The vulnerability, the facility with comedy that I think he's always had, that he's suppressed a lot over the last almost 4 decades. I think Barinholtz is going to win, but I will actually say Harrison Ford maybe should win in this category, and it's not because my mother-in-law used to date him before he was famous. Throwing that out there.
Is this his first foray into television, not counting Callista?
I think so.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I hate you so much. Let me say it for a whole fucking day. Oh shit.
My theory on Ford that he's been waiting all his life to become an old crotchety man so he could do this, because I think he's been wanting to be old and crotchety for years.
Oh fuck.
I'm just getting through I'm getting through second season now, just wrapping it up, and you know, his line delivery is sending me, because he's just like half the time he's just like, I hate all of you. Okay. 2 more categories. Supporting
Real
actors.
quick, I just want to say these supporting categories used to mean something, and they used to reserve these slots for the icons of SNL, like Kristen Wiig and Amy Poehler. And now that we're on Bo and Yang getting nomination after nomination, we have fallen. We can go on. We can move on.
Okay. Supporting actress in a limited or anthology series.
This is a good one.
Erin Doherty or Jenny Slate?
Erin Doherty. Everyone's just talking about her for that.
It's genuinely painful to pick one over the other, though. As long as nothing from Monsters win, I'm okay. But Jenny Slate's last look into the camera is pretty fucking wonderful. And Erin Doherty, you know, she says more with silence in some cases than she does when she's speaking. It's pretty great stuff. And I also would like to see her I'm glad to see her get recognized, because 1,000 Blows is pretty fabulous and nobody knows it's on TV.
She had another miniseries, Chloe, that nobody saw a few years ago, and I thought she was just utterly fantastic in that. So
I would not. Yes, I agree that she will win and deserves to win. I would not count out Jenny Slate, though.
And I just have to say, Deirdre O'Connell on The Penguin really is fantastic. She's more than just the old woman being forgetful. There's a lot more going on there as the show unveils, and she really has a lot to say. So I just needed to get that on the record.
Definitely not going to win, though.
No, she's not. I really wish she was. And actually, this is a really great category. Ruth Negga getting in for Presumed Innocence really was a happy moment too.
Yeah, you were the only one on the site to predict that too.
Yep.
Oh, cool.
I think it's Doherty, but I would not be surprised with Jenny Slate. She's been around. I mean, she's done acting, animation. I'm not saying acting and animation are different, but you know what I mean. Like she goes everywhere,
and she gives the Marissa Tomei performance in Dying for Sex, and like the Marissa Tomei performance from My Cousin Vinny. Like you just can't take your eyes off of her.
Truth.
Yeah.
It also is a very relatable role. I mean, it's an emotional, like how many people, I'm sure, like people can relate to. It's very close, but I wonder if like the person having to take care of a loved one while they're dying emotionally resonates on such a strong level with some people.
Right.
Not to discount the emotional weight of adolescence, obviously, as well, but like that is such a personal and emotional arc that could weigh heavy in some people's minds as they vote.
Agreed.
With a recognizable face.
All right, closing us out on our Emmy reaction, supporting actor in a limited or anthology series or movie. Ugh. Who can beat Owen Cooper for Adolescence?
I would say no one, and no one probably should. Pretty sophisticated performance, you know, from a youngster. And I will throw in, I thought Presumed Innocent was just fine. I liked it. It's a pot boiler. It was enjoyable. But Bill Camp getting nominated in here is pretty wonderful. He's been doing great work for a long time. And other than The Night Of, he's never been recognized before. So, and I interviewed him. He was the sweetest man. He sent me a nice note afterwards. So probably I'm just in the tank for him. He's a great, I interviewed for Queen's
I
Gambit.
love him.
Yeah, he's just wonderful in everything. He's authentic. Every second he's on screen in anything, he makes whatever he's in better.
I would love to see him nominated for Guest Actor in a Drama Series next year for
The
Gilded
Gilded
Age. So he plays.
I was
helps us-
about to ask a stupid question of when the last time a child has won an Emmy like this, and then I completely forgot about last year with Storm Reid. So,
All right. So that is our initial reaction to the 77th Annual Primetime Emmy Awards. We are going to, of course, be absorbing this and breaking down individual categories over the next several weeks leading up to the Emmy Awards themselves, the Creative Arts Emmys, which will be the weekend, the first weekend in September. I think it's like the 6th or the 7th, or the 5th and the 6th. And then the Primetime Emmy Awards will be September 14th. All right, let's very quickly go around and list one thing that you're looking forward to in the rest of the week for our flash forward. Ben, why don't you go first?
My Dress Up Darling, an anime on Crunchyroll. I reviewed it. I got 2 episodes, and so it's been going nuts that these 2 episodes that have come out I've already seen. So I'm finally going to get to join the rest of the anime community and just watch it as it comes out. And I'm thrilled. It's a delightful show and just so fun to watch. Anyone who wants to make a first attempt at anime, I think this is a great show to jump into.
Excellent. David.
I have nothing. There's nothing I'm looking forward to. I honestly, I've been thinking, what do I want to write about this week? And I'm like, I'm struggling. There's maybe I'll figure out something to do off the Emmys in terms of consider FYC kind of thing. But no, maybe I should go see Superman for Christ's sake. I should probably do that.
Joel?
I this weekend am traveling to my Mecca. Before I'm an American, I'm a little monster, and I am going to the Mayhem Ball this weekend. So I will be there, drugged up on blood thinners and alcohol, baby. Having the time of my life in 110-degree Vegas. So, but no, I am very excited to return to Mother.
Yeah.
Joey?
I'm going to Chicago this weekend. I'm tagging along, or what I like to say, fagging along with Jason while he is at a conference. The thing I'm probably most looking forward to is I'm going to get to go to Roscoe's again to watch the finale of Drag Race. Also,
To watch Ginger get her crown.
Yes. And Plasma will be there and Roxy Andrews will be there. So I'm excited to have a gay old time in Chicago. So I love Chicago. Gay as fuck.
Excellent. I'm wrapping up Shrinking and probably will start Nobody Wants This. All right. Does that cover it?
Mm-hmm.
Let's get the hell out of here. So we are the Contending here. Joel Haddad, Ben Morris, David Phillips, Megan McLaughlin, Joey Moser, and me, Clarence Moy, and Frank J. Avella says hello to you all. He couldn't make it tonight, but he misses you all. We all thank you for joining us, ask you to remember to rate us on your favorite podcast app, and wish you all a very pleasant tomorrow.